Hello, my dear students. I hope you all are good and safe at your end. Today, we are going to start a new chapter, that is our next chapter in grammar, and it is adjectives and degrees of comparison. Firstly, we'll learn about what are adjectives and then we'll learn about its degrees of comparison. So, firstly, what are adjectives, students? Adjectives are modifiers. They modify nouns or pronouns. It means that they add meaning to noun or pronoun. This means they change the image of a noun or pronoun. It can be located by asking the questions like what kind, which one, how many, and how much. As we all know that adjectives are describing words, now look at the few examples. First is happy dog. Here dog is a noun and happy, which is an adjective, is modifying the dog. So the next example is tired boy. Again here boy is a noun and tired is adjective. Same in the third example. 7 girls, in which girls is a noun and 7 is an adjective. Again we will look at few of the examples. To find an adjective, you need to locate the nouns first. 3 happy children played at the park. The donkey stepped on my large hat. The child was brave. In these 3 examples, you can see that they have underlined the nouns and the words that are written in circles, they all are adjective as they are modifying noun. Now look at the next picture. Can you find the adjectives? Again, you'll have to find out the nouns first. The rabbit followed the slow turtle. Here, in this picture, rabbit and turtle both are noun. But which word is adding meaning to turtle? That is slow. So it's an adjective because it is describing the turtle. Now next. Can you find the adjectives? Again, you'll find out the nouns first. The children heard the loud bell. Here, in this example, children and bell both are nouns. But what word describes the bell? That is loud. So it's an adjective. I hope this is clear to you all, and our next step is to learn about the degrees of comparison. Can anybody tell me what are degrees of comparison? Well, they are divided into 3 parts. First is positive, second is comparative, and third is superlative. Children, degrees of comparison are used when we describe a person or thing. As our first degree is positive, so how do we use it? See in the next picture, positive comparison. Children, this is used for when we only describe one person or thing. That means in this case, we do not compare one thing with the other. For example, the house is big. You can see, children, that we are not comparing one thing with the other. We are just telling that the house is big. In the next example also, the boy is fast on his bicycle. So here, children, we are just describing a person or thing. In the next example also, that girl is smart. So we are talking about the girl who is smart. Now we'll see the tabular form of adjective and degrees of comparison. Children, in the table you can see in the first column, grammatical points are written, and then in the second column, adjectives, third, comparative, and in fourth column, superlative. Along with its rules, as you can see in the table, they have written ER under comparative degree and EST under superlative degree. So we learn about comparative degree now. What is comparative degree? Children, in this case, we compare 2 people or things to each other. For example, the house is big but my house is bigger. Here we are comparing one house with the other one because the other one is bigger than the first one. Now we will see the next example, which is the boy is fast on his bicycle but I am faster. Again the comparison is going on between 2 persons. I is being compared with the boy. So it's clear from the example that in case of comparative we add ER to the adjective. Like fast has been changed into faster, slow to slower, big to bigger, small to smaller, and tall to taller. Now we will look at our next table, exceptions to the rule. Like irregular verbs, there are irregular adjectives in which words do not remain same. They get changed. For example, good changes into better, bad changes into worse, many much changes into more, little few changes into less, far changes into farther, old changes into older or elder. Now we will move towards our next step, that is superlative degree. That is the third degree, or we can say it's an extreme level. So children, what is superlative degree? It is used when comparing more than two people or things. Now we'll see the rules of superlative degree. Rule is that we add est to the adjective. You can see in the examples, like fast has been changed into faster, which is comparative, and then to fastest, which is superlative. From slow to slower, and from slower to slowest. Big to bigger, and bigger to biggest. Small to smaller, and smaller to smallest. Tall, taller, tallest. Look at the next example. He was the fastest in the bicycle race. Here, he has been compared to the rest of the boys who participated in the bicycle race. That means the comparison has been made between more than two persons. Now, our next example, she was the smartest girl in the class. Here, she has been compared to the rest of the girls in her class. Again, one more example. Superman was the strongest and fastest of all superheroes, but Spider-Man was the most flexible. Children, did you notice one thing? That we are using the article before superlative degree. One more rule is there. Adjectives ending in full or E we use most in superlative and more in comparative degree. At last, we will look at this table again. All the rules are clearly given in this table. Let me tell you one more thing, students. What is syllable? Syllable depends upon number of vowels used in a word. Vowels are A, E, I, O, U. I hope this is clear to you all. Thank you, children.